deal right there.
The top of that ridge is Springer Mountain.
That is Springer.
Wow. God, it's a beautiful morning, isn't it?
That's it. And what we're doing is we're going to go around the back side of that, and I'm going to drop you off, and you're going to hike to this side to the plaques, and then you're coming down all the way down through there.
Okay.
And we get up here a little bit further, I could show you kind of where the trail is. Okay, that's Springer right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come down a mile all the way down. See that little shadow right over there? Right behind it, there's a, see how the landscape goes down?
Right, right.
Right down in there is Black Gap Shelter.
Okay.
And you're hiking that all the way down to the park.
Okay. Wow. There it is.
You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
On to the mountain.
I mean, I couldn't have picked a better day to do this.
Oh, this is not bad. You might have, looks like you might have a little rainstorm, a little brief shower, but not much, if any at all.
It's coming at Springer Mountain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming up close to it.
Man, they have bushwhacked all this stuff up through here recently, this past year, haven't they?
It looks like they've done some cleaning up.
Yeah, all this stuff has been cleaned up. Wow, look at the sun coming up.
Now those your mountains over there as part of the hike.
Yeah, going northbound.
That's Hawk over there.
Hawk Mountain. That's Hawk Mountain will be 20 miles from Springer.
No, Hawk is only 8.1 from Springer.
8.1.
20-mile marker is Woody Gap.
Woody Gap.
Which is way over behind that mountain with the flat top on it.
Right.
Woody Gap will be your first opportunity to drop all your trash.
Okay.
Unless you meet me first.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Well, I am on, what do we call this, Ron? The approach trail road.
Headed up to
Springer Mountain.
Springer Mountain.
And I made the right choice. I found Ron's shuttle service on Facebook.
Hello.
Hey, Ron. It's still just now breaking daylight here on Springer. It's a balmy 30-something degrees, and I hit a home run with Ron's shuttle service. He comes highly recommended from the Park Service. We arranged a 7 a.m. pickup. He was there at 6:50. I think the fee is more than fair. He's getting me up here to Springer, and I'm going to flip-flop and go southbound and get the approach trail out of the way. And so this guy's got everything you need if whether you're in trouble or whether you're not. He's got fuel and duct tape, and he's got chargers for your phone. I mean, you're carrying everything that anybody need.
Lighters, toilet paper, whistles,
and
Ziploc baggies.
He's got an awesome 4Runner here, and I would recommend him because I'm not real sure I'd bring a vehicle back in here. So the money's well worth spent, and you get a great shuttle back here and get started. But I wouldn't, just from the road, being back in here, I'm not sure I'd bring my vehicle back up in here. So anyway, I'm going to hit Springer here in about, what, a mile or two?
Oh no, we've still got another probably close to 10 miles.
Oh man. So that's what it is. So I'm with Ron's shuttle service this morning, and we're going to get it done here in a little bit. God, that's beautiful. Springer Mountain. What a sunrise this morning. What was you going to ask me?
That tree back there I showed you.
Yeah.
That tree is
Good morning, everyone. Well, I'm here, Springer Mountain, January the 28th, 2020. I haven't passed anybody coming up here on the approach trail this morning. It's about 33 degrees. And come out of my puffy really quick this morning. I was cold and I was chilled this morning, but I feel pretty good this morning. Great view of the mountains. And all the people that's been here before me. And so I'll start this approach trail going southbound, knock out the approach and get it done. I know a lot of people don't do the approach, but I'm here. And man, I caught Ron's shuttle service this morning. What a great guy. And I know I probably in a previous video already talked about him, but you know, didn't really hear a whole lot about his life story, but former Navy guy, worked in the computer business and programming for years, and he's been shuttling hikers up here for he said the last 14 years. And the lodge, the people here at Amicula Falls say he's really trustworthy. And he was this morning. I mean, I hired him to shuttle me up to Springer Mountain. And, you know, in my mind, I always thought that I'd end up catching a shuttle or just having somebody when I started my through hike to drive me up here. And ain't no way. I mean, today it's not raining. It's a beautiful day, but there's no way I'd drive a vehicle up through there. I mean, it was pretty treacherous, but that's just me. I wouldn't. If you had a decent car, it was dry this morning, there's no way I'd do that. So anyway, 8.8 miles back down to the falls. Very slim chance of rain today. And wow, I can't believe I'm here. I mean, I'm overwhelmed. I never really thought I'd be this nervous, but I've been a bundle of nerves this morning just to be here. All the people that's come here before me. And you know, like I said, if you're new to my subscribing to my YouTube channel, I just hiked 333 miles all the way across Kentucky into the Daniel Boone National Forest into the Big South Fork as a shakedown hike. And man, it wasn't an easy hike, but I made it. And I'm glad I did it, because there's no way I jumped out here on the Appalachian Trail without any experience or had any idea if my gear was going to work. So I'm just thankful that things are working out. So like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and there'll be a lot of videos coming in the future. Good morning. Well, this has been a long time coming, something I've only dreamed of, and a little bit nervous this morning. And caught my shuttle from Ron's shuttle service at 7 a.m. from Amicula Falls campground. We had business in Florida for the last month. And so we were watching the weather pattern as we were coming from Tampa area. Actually, it's Homeland, Florida is where we were at. And we were watching the weather report. And I told my wife, I said, why don't I just stop by and go ahead and register my through hike? Because I had registered on the Conservancy for March the 2nd, and the weather was phenomenal. So we came on up and registered my through hike yesterday. I was number 49 to register, and the weather's phenomenal today. And I just climbed from the parking lot coming around the mountain here at going southbound. So I'm going to flip-flop and hike the 8.8 miles backwards to where my RV's at, get this approach trail out of the way. It's about 33 degrees this morning, and You know, I was just a bundle of nerves this morning. I got up at 5 o'clock, and I can tell you one thing. If I had not hiked, there's shelter there and water on the Blue Blaze right here behind me. And attention hikers, due to the history of bear incidents and the environmental impact overnight camping on Springer Mountain, is very discouraged. Actually, there was some people in the parking lot this morning at Springer Mountain. So anyway, you spend all this time buying gear, dialing in your gear, preparing for this day. And when I first started here this morning, coming around this mountain and started hitting these white blazes, I thought to myself, God almighty, I'm glad I section hiked the Chateau Trace Trail here this past year in 2019, 333 miles, because almost everything I started that trail with ended up changing on that 333 miles. And I'd done up previous videos. I started with an Osprey pack. I just could never get my mind right that I was starting out with over 4 pounds. You know, the pack's durable, pack's comfortable, but then I went to a ULA circuit, super great lightweight backpack, but I just never could get comfortable in it. So I ended up going with the Z-Pack Art Blast, and bang, there it was. That was the pack for me. And that's what I'm carrying this morning, is the Art Blast. So if I hadn't, the first thing that went through my mind when I got on the trail this morning was, if I hadn't done any long distance backpacking and I had stepped out here on Springer Mountain, I think the first thing that went through my mind is, what in the God's name hell am I thinking? Because it was just overwhelming for me. And but I had hiked, you know, those big miles. I'd done 20 mile plus days, and I had built my trail legs up where I was comfortable. Of course, being off the trail since November, since I finished that through hike, I've lost my trail legs, and it starts all over again. But anyway, I'm here. And John Muir once said that into the forest I go to lose my mind, to find my soul. And I think that's my thinking. This is how I feel out here this morning. What a journey the Chateau Trace was. And I hope this is going to be the same. Anyway, when I get to Springer Mountain here, what is it, a mile from the parking lot back to Springer, I'll come back on here and give you all a shout. Here on top of Springer Mountain, everybody that signed in on their through hike, surprisingly, the journals are full. So here's the monument. There's the first white blaze right there. Look at this. Clear shot today. Clear shot right here at Springer. It's about 8:45 in the morning. Blue blaze to the approach trail right here. And I just come from the north going southbound, knocking out the approach trail today. And I'm getting some miles now. Getting up on these ridge tops like this, it's just so easy to move. Sorry for the bouncing around a little bit. The views are, that's the sun, the east, right here where the sun just came up. I got some phenomenal pictures coming up. Springer Mountain this morning, and I didn't hit that first shelter right before Springer coming southbound, but there was probably a few people there because I saw where they had registered and came through there. Temperature's warming up. It's probably about 38 degrees now, but I don't want to sweat out my base layer and that I've got on. I'm wearing merino wool this morning because it's just so cold until my body gets used to it being colder. I'm going to switch over and put some shorts on and get out of this merino wool base layer. It's just, I don't want to sweat it out because I'm already really warm, but I'm moving at a really good clip on this this ridge line this morning. Hadn't passed a hiker though all morning, but normally nobody's up here this early in the year, January. I saw a through hiker yesterday, came off the approach trail southbound, and they're going out every day right now, but very few. And there's Springer Mountain right there. I came down off Springer, down around the side, and come down through here on this big ridge line right here. And the views are just incredible. The video doesn't do it justice this morning, obviously, right now, but you can see the outline for miles and miles and miles out through there. It's just beautiful. In loving memory of Richard Fowler, schoolbred senior, Spartanburg, South Carolina, beloved son, husband, father, brother, and uncle who died in an airplane crash near this site, April the 10th, 1968, at the age of 33, with 3 others, by his family June 15th, 1996, upon removal of the aircraft. If you haven't yet, if you've watched it this far, we sure would appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, Daniel Boone of Kentucky. We look forward to having a lot of followers this year on this trip.